Hello, this is Cameron from Bedtime Geography and History. Today, I want to talk about stateless nations. A stateless nation is an ethnic group that does not possess a sovereign state or a country of its own. This video covers people such as the Kurds and the Uyghurs, along with a few others. But due to their long history of struggles, this video covers topics that may be sensitive for some. This video will cover forced migration, genocides and massacres, as well as re-education camps. I want to start this off with probably the most well-known stateless nation, Kurdistan. For over 1,000 years, the Kurdish people have lived in the mountainous heart of the Middle East, caught between empires, wars, and borders not their making. Yet, through it all, they've held on tightly to their culture, their language, and dreams of a nation. The Kurds trace their ancestry to the ancient Medes, an Indo-Iranian people who helped topple the Assyrian Empire in 7th century BCE. Though the Medes established a powerful kingdom, it was soon absorbed by the Persians. Following the Arab conquest in the 7th century, most Kurds adopted Islam. Over centuries, Kurdish principalities emerged, balancing autonomy and allegiance to larger Islamic empires. But by the 16th century, their lands were carved up between the Ottoman and Safavid empires. World War I brought both hope and heartbreak. As the Ottoman Empire collapsed, the 1920 Treaty of Sevres promised the Kurds a nation of their own, but that promise was erased 3 years later by the Treaty of Lausanne, which redrew borders without mentioning the Kurds. Throughout the 20th century, Kurds rose up time and again in Iraq, Turkey, Iran, and Syria, seeking autonomy, cultural rights, or independence. These movements were often met with brutal oppression, bombings, chemical attacks, and mass genocides. Today, Kurds have carved out pockets of self-rule. In northern Iraq, the Kurdistan Regional Government, known as the KRG, operates with its own flag, parliament, and army. In northern Syria, Kurds have established Rojava, a semi-autonomous zone built on democratic and egalitarian ideals. They are one of the world's largest stateless people, somewhere between 36 and 46 million peoples, bound not by borders, but by heritage, language, and the dream of an enduring Kurdistan. Far beyond China's eastern megacities and the vast deserts and mountains of Central Asia, live a Turkic people with a story of empires, religion, and resistance, the Uyghurs. Today, they're at the center of one of the most pressing human rights issues of our time. The Uyghurs are a Turkic people. Their first known empire emerged in the 8th century CE, named the Uyghur Khanate, which spanned from Mongolia to Central Asia. After its fall, many Uyghurs migrated west to the Tarim Basin in today's southern Xinjiang. By the 10th century, the Uyghurs had converted to Islam, becoming part of the broader Islamic world. Their cities like Kashgar, Hotan, and Turpan became vibrant centers of trade, learning, and art on the Silk Road. For centuries, the Uyghurs lived under various empires, Mongols, Chinese, and others, but retained their central identity. In the 18th century, the Qing dynasty conquered their lands and renamed the region Xinjiang, meaning new territory. In the 20th century, Uyghurs twice declared short-lived independent states, the first East Turkestan Republic in 1933 and the second from 1944 to 1949. But both were crushed, and by 1949, the People's Republic of China took full control. Since then, Uyghur identity has been increasingly restricted. Over the past 2 decades, surveillance, mass incarceration, and religious repression have been intensified, with over 1 million Uyghurs reportedly detained in so-called re-education camps. Powerful, resilient, fierce in battle, and rich in culture, the Zulu people built one of Africa's greatest indigenous kingdoms in the 19th century. This is a story of their rise, their resistance, and their legacy. The Zulu are part of the greater Nguni ethnic group who migrated to southern Africa over centuries. By the late 1600s, small Zulu clans settled in the lush lands east of the Drakensberg Mountains. In 1816, Shaka Zulu rose to power and transformed a minor clan into a fearsome kingdom. Through bold military innovations and brutal discipline, he united dozens of tribes under Zulu rule, creating a vast empire across southern Africa. Shaka's campaigns triggered the Mfecane, a period of chaos, migration, and conflict that reshaped southern Africa's entirety. Entire communities fled, merged, or were destroyed as the Zulu kingdom grew. By the 1870s, British colonial ambitions collided with Zulu king. In 1879, war erupted. The Zulus shocked the world by defeating the British forces at Lusandwana, one of the history's greatest indigenous victories over a European army. But the triumph was short-lived. The British regrouped and crushed the Zulu capital at Ulundi. By 1887, the kingdom was formally annexed in the colony of Natal. Though the kingdom fell, the Zulu people endured. Today, they remain South Africa's largest ethnic group with deep traditions, language, and cultural pride. Their story is not just one of war, but of survival and heritage. Deep in the rainforests of Central America lie the stone ruins of one of the most advanced civilizations in the ancient world, the Maya. But this isn't just a story of ruins and collapse. It's a story of a people who shaped the Americas and who are very much still alive today. The Maya civilization emerged over 3,000 years ago. By 1000 BCE, small villages dotted the forest. These communities would grow into great city-states like Tikal, Calakmul, and Palenque, united not by empire, but shared language, religion, and science. From 250 to 900 CE, the Maya entered their golden age. They built monumental pyramids, created a writing system, and developed incredibly accurate calendars. Their knowledge of astronomy rivaled that of any ancient culture. By 900 CE, many southern cities were abandoned. Drought, warfare, and political instability led to a major population decline. But in the northern Yucatan, cities like Chichen Itza and Mayapan flourished for centuries more. In the 1500s, the Spanish arrived. But unlike the Aztecs or Incas, the Maya weren't conquered all at once. Some cities fell quickly. Others existed for over 170 years. The last Maya state didn't fall until 1697. The Maya civilization may have changed, but the Maya people have never disappeared. Today, over 7 million Maya live in Mexico and Central America. They speak dozens of Mayan languages and carry traditions stretching back thousands of years. From towering pyramids to vibrant textiles, from ancient glyphs to living tongues, the Maya are not a lost civilization. They are a living culture reclaiming their history and their future. In the vast deserts between Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan lives an ancient people whose story is one of identity, resistance, and resilience. The Baloch trace their roots to ancient Iranian people. Some historians suggest that they migrated from the Caspian region to the Makran coast around 1000 CE. By the medieval era, they had established themselves as fierce desert nomads and warriors. Over time, Baloch tribes formed loose confederacies ruled by tribal chiefs known as Sartlers. Though decentralized, they fiercely defended their autonomy, resisting domination by the Safavid Persians, Mughals, and later the British. In the 17th century, the Khanate of Kalat emerged as the most powerful Baloch state, uniting many tribes. It maintained its independence for centuries until the British arrived. By the 1800s, the British had established indirect control over Kalat. After the partition of India in 1947, Kalat briefly declared independence, but within a year it was annexed by Pakistan. Since then, Baloch nationalists have launched multiple uprisings demanding autonomy or independence. Accusations of human rights abuses, enforced disappearances, and economic exploitation have fueled ongoing conflict. Yet, beyond conflict, the Baloch are poets, herders, musicians, and storytellers. With a rich oral tradition, distinctive dress, and the Balochi language, their culture endures, even as their homeland remains divided. These 5 stateless nations are only just the beginning. There are many other ethnicities in the world that are yet to have their own nation. Please leave a comment below if you want me to make a part 2 to the video featuring 5 more stateless nations. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more. This is Cameron from Bedtime Geography and History. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.